Super random, like all the other projects that I do. I'm gonna be making a knife, as you can tell from number one, welcome back, as you can tell from the video. So for those of you who are new here that are just seeing this because of the title of the thumbnail, I love my cars and I like making car things, but more than that, I really just like making things in general, things that either have a use to me or that interest me, and particularly love the material carbon. And I like making things out of carbon because it's just such a sick material. Look at how crazy that is. That's a whole piece made from just carbon. Anyway, so as you can tell from this video, this is going to be no different, just like the carbon shift knob, carbon mask, coasters, and a plethora of other things. So we are going to start just by cutting up some pieces to make the mold. That was a complete lie. We're actually going to be starting with the design of the knife. I wanted to do something a little bit more modern and sleek, something that kind of fits in with the style of the carbon and the weave. So this is just going to be something that I scale up on the computer, on the screen, just so I can get a really good, accurate idea of what the finished product is going to look like. So that's why I'm trying to work in scale here. I'm just going to take this image and just directly print it so that once I have my carbon sheet ready, I can take it and just lay it right down to make my cuts. Now look, I'm sure you could use 2 pieces of glass. I've used a piece of glass before on carbon products that I'm trying to take like a nice faceplate out of. But in this case, I'm just using the acrylic. Think of acrylic, it's a plexiglass. Just think of it as like a really glossy plastic. Now this is just so I can just sandwich this right between the carbon and then have a nice completed finish when I go to demold it. The important piece when you're doing this with plexi is that you deburr all those edges. You can see some of those edges hanging up there. I just take a file, run it over with the file. You don't want to get that in on your project, otherwise it could tear the carbon, just, you know, fray out the edges a little bit, or it could just stick inside the carbon. Then now you have pieces of plastic in there. You could see the paper is giving me a little bit of a hard time. This was an older scrap piece that I was using. Otherwise it's usually not this hard, but you do want to get all that off, otherwise that will be on your top coat of the carbon. You'll just see I'm unrolling my carbon roll. I'm just going to start taking my tape. In this case I'm using a vinyl strip of scrap that I have laying around. I'm just going over the area that I'm going to be cutting. This is just to help keep the carbon from fraying. Really, it's important when you're having your top piece of carbon and your bottom piece of carbon, the 2 sides that are showing, to be as perfect as possible. Otherwise, whatever distortion you have in the weave is going to show through on your final project. So that's why it's just important to take a little extra time. A notable mention is to also use a roll knife. I did have one, but I broke one of the little pieces on the side, so it would kind of just skip, and then I would end up having to recut it anyway with a pair of scissors. So each piece gets laid down one by one, starting with resin, carbon, resin over that, and then I'm using my roller to get rid of some of the air bubbles. There is a lot of carbon. And now, perk of the job, because I have a laminator, I just decided to run it through the laminator, really compress each of those pieces together. Whatever excess resin was in there would help get squeezed out in doing this before putting on the clamps to let it cure overnight. Alright, we got some good squeeze out happening all along the edges. Now let's give it the night to cure. Now look, if you've been here for a while, you know I am no wood connoisseur. I basically just do everything by hand. So in this particular case, I did get lucky and had like a piece of butcher block laying around, which is what I ended up using to make the handle. But my other alternative was just going to be a piece of 2x4, and I would have made that look good, and it would have been absolutely fine. Again, work with what you have. That's what I always go with, and that's pretty much how I make my videos. So I basically was just cutting this up into the size that I was going to need. And yeah, by the way, wear your safety glasses. I've learned that the hard way, which is why I was thankful I had them on this time. I've already gotten carbon in the eye and other miscellaneous items. So I'm marking out the center point. I don't have a lathe, but you better believe I'm going to make my own. That's just how it works, and it worked out fine. I ended up upgrading at some point to my drill press, and the drill press worked infinitely better because it has a torque. But you can see I was already getting a shape with just using my makeshift drill. I also tip my hat to the people that are skilled craftsmen that know how to use these tools. These tools we had laying around, and it's not easy. It's not easy. I tried, and also it looks like I'm really going like against the grain here. I'm pretty parallel with this without destroying anything and getting dug into it. But you can see we already have the shape now. So, and it came out fine. It came out fine. Now we're just using a nice dark finish to really seal that carbon up and really make sure it looks good with the carbon. And I meant seal the wood up to the carbon. It is so satisfying doing these wood finishes. Okay, that looks bad, but it was a really useful technique to finish that. Okay, bear with me. See how easy that comes off? It should have been like that the first time. I didn't even bother showing the scrap therapy session that it would have been trying to get the other one to work. Comes off just like butter. Look at how easy. Now I had already cut this up into a section that I'm going to be using, so I do have some left over that I'm probably going to be using for a future video making something else, but this was just a perfect size that I was going to need to use for the knife. You can see I just took it, undid it, just think of it as a sticker. Just laminate it right to the carbon and cut everything down a size before hitting it with the bench grinder, which was just for the finisher. You can already see that weave coming through. It looks so good. In fairness, I did not have my angle grinder with me, so that's why you see me using this metal one right here, this metal disc. I do not recommend this at all, but again, make it work with what you have to work with. Also wear gloves. This is very itchy.
About TV pages and nothing to tell you here. You can catch it on social media. Gonna get the lead out of the $8 tonight. Let's see mighty steps next.
Once again, just needing a tool for a certain use and just being able to make something work. This is just the best alternative that I can say. I see so many people, they go out and they just buy something they're going to use once or twice or something for a project that they're working on. I mean, I guess unless you're going to return it, would it make sense? But this is just so much quicker. Make a quick jig, use it for what you need, and then you can put it right back. Now, the longest part about this whole process was the sanding. This was about 3.5 hours that you're going to be seeing in just, mere seconds, of course. But I went and I started with the 220 that was on the DA, and then I worked all the way up to 2000 before hitting it with a polisher. You can already see that weave coming through. Right now I'm on the 1000. The next clip is where I get to the 2000, which is right here. And then you can see what it's going to look like after I rinse this off. Just that weave comes out so incredible looking. Now this is where the test really comes into play. This is a jig that I bought off Amazon for, I want to say maybe 20 bucks. I'll have the link in the description for it. But this is such a useful jig that it just will get used in its lifetime thousands of times. And it's just a perfect angle. So you take it, you line it up with your 40-degree mark or whichever degree you're trying to go for your sharpening blade. Again, this is really meant for steel, but just for test's sake, it came out really good. Really, really sharp. Now the next part of this experiment was to use my metal polisher on it. It did polish up. It definitely looks like a dry carbon. It came out really nice. Definitely, I wasn't expecting it to polish up the way that it did, but it did come out really, really nice with the polisher and the buffer. Something that's meant for metal, of course. That is looking just incredible so far. We're now going to wipe this thing down with some alcohol, and we are going to get this handle in. Yeah, wipe it down with alcohol. The reason why I was wiping it down with the alcohol was to try and clean off the surface to make it a little bit more sanitary, as if I was going to be eating the food that I was cutting with this afterwards, which I wasn't naturally because I didn't want carbon shavings in my food. So I'm just dumping some CA glue right into the back of the handle, and then I'm going to take it and just squeeze it right in there and compress it in there. It came out so good. Oh my goodness. Look at how incredible. This little kitchen knife came out so good. It does go to show how sharp it was, though. I was really impressed. And if you were impressed, I would love to see you guys subscribe. Leave a comment. If you wanna like the video, absolutely. But I'll see you guys, importantly, in the next one.